Good morning, students. Yesterday, we had discussed the reference to the context and explanation of stanza 2 and stanza 3 of the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, written by Sarojini Naidu. And today, we are going to discuss next two stanzas. Now get ready with your English literature book, Roots and Wings, and open it at page number 54. Before starting the poem, I will again remind you to read your poem again and again, as regular reading will help you understand the text. At the end of the poem, you will be able to explain meanings of difficult words as used in the poem, explain the poem in your own words. You will be able to write the central idea of the poem, and you will be able to understand the main purpose of the poem was to attract Indian buyers to buy Indian goods and not British goods. Now, first of all, note down these important words with their meanings and phrases of stanza 4 on your books. Fruitmen, persons who sell fruits. Citron means a citrus fruit like lemon. Chant means utter. Spells are the words having magical power. Eon means forever. Now the phrases. For eons to come, आने वाली सदियों के लिए. Now let us see stanza 4. What do you cry, O ye fruitmen? Fruitmen are persons who sell fruits. Citron, pomegranate and plum. Citron is a citrus fruit like lemon. What do you play, O ye musicians? Sitar, sarangi and drum. What do you chant, O magicians? Chant means utter. Spells for eons to come. Spells are the words having magical power. Eons means forever. Now, the poet asks the fruit sellers, musicians and magicians what they are doing. The fruit sellers answer that they are selling citron, pomegranate and plum. The musicians say that they are playing sitar, sarangi and drum. The magicians say that they are chanting the spells of magic. Now we will do explanation with reference to the context. First we have to write down the hint. Hint will be written outside the margin line with a pencil and we will underline it. For writing down the hint, we will write down the first two words of first line of stanza 4 and the last two words of the last line of stanza 4. What do dash 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 to come? Now we will write down the reference to the context. It should be written outside the margin line with the pencil and we will underline it. Now we will write down the name of the poem, the name of the poet, and what does the poet want to tell us in the reference to the context. So, these lines have been taken from the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, written by Sarojini Naidu. In the poem, the poet gives examples of rich goods sold in Indian markets to make every Indian proud of their culture. Now we will write down the explanation. Explanation will be written outside the margin line with a pencil and we will underline it. Now write down the explanation as discussed. Now note down the important words with their meanings and phrases of stanza 5 on your books. Tassels means threads. Azure means bright blue in color. Brow means forehead. Chaplet means garland of flower. Blossoms means flowers. New garnered means freshly gathered. Perfume means smell. Now let us see the phrases. Tassels of azure and red, नीले और लाल रंग के धागे. For the brow of a bridegroom, एक दूल्हे के माथे के लिए. Of white blossoms new garnered, सफेद रंग के नए फूल. To garland his bed, उसके बिस्तर को सजाने के लिए. Now let us see the figures of speech used in stanza 5. There are 3 figures of speech used in this stanza. The first is visual imagery. Now, visual imagery refers to vibrant colors or the sense of sight. Now, here the vibrant colors are azure and red. Number 2 is olfactory imagery. Now, it refers to the sense of smell. It is also called as smell imagery. For example, the fragrance of flowers. Now, metaphor is used. Metaphor is the indirect comparison between two different things without using as or like. For example, in the line, sleep of the dead, death is compared to eternal sleep. Now, let us do stanza 5. What do you weave, O ye flower girls? With tassels of azure and red. Tassels means thread. Azure means bright blue in color. Now here, the figure of speech used is visual imagery. It refers to the vibrant colors or sense of sight. So the different colors used here are azure and red. Crowns for the brow of a bridegroom. Brow means forehead. Chaplets to garland his bed. Chaplets means garland of flower. Sheets of white blossoms new garnered. Blossoms means flowers. New garnered means freshly gathered. Now here, the figure of speech used is olfactory imagery. It refers to the sense of smell. So the fragrance of flowers refers to the olfactory imagery. To perfume the sleep of the dead. Perfume means smell. Now here the figure of speech used is metaphor. Metaphor is used to compare between two different things without using as or like. Now here, the silence and senseless condition of dead man is compared to sleep. Now in the last stanza of the poem, the poet asks the flower girls what they are weaving with the blue and red threads and flowers. They say that they are making garlands for the bride, the groom, and to decorate the beds. They are also making sheets of newly brought white flowers for the graves of the dead men. Now, let us see explanation with reference to the context. First of all, we will write down the hint. It should be written outside the margin line with the pencil and we will underline it. For writing down the hint, we will first write the first 2 words of the first line of stanza 5 and the last 2 words of the last line of stanza 5. So, what do dash 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 the dead? Now we will write down the reference to the context. We will write it outside the margin line just below the hint with the pencil and we will underline it. Now here in the reference to the context, we will write down the name of the poem, the name of the poet, and what does the poet want to tell us. So these lines have been taken from the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, written by Sarojini Naidu. In the poem, the poet gives examples of rich goods sold in Indian markets to make every Indian proud of their culture. The name of the poem and the name of the poet will be written with a pencil and we will underline it. Now we will write down the explanation of stanza 5. For writing down the explanation, we will use a pencil and it should be written outside the margin line and we will underline it. Now write down the explanation of stanza 5 as discussed. I hope you have all understood the explanation of the stanza 4 and stanza 5. Now plan back exercises of the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad. Thank you.